Welcome back in Drawing by Observation. The last lesson we spoke about round forms. We started with a circle and we put in some texture to give it more depth and volume. Round was very easy. It was round from each point of view. Today we're gonna talk about squares. Squares, they are different from each different point of view. When we want to draw a chair or a box or a car or a house, we see that when we walk it's different from each point of view. For this, to draw all this, we need some notice about perspectives. So you'll be able to draw all these different square forms. The best way to explain you is to show you. Square will be linear. When I hold this box straight in front of me, you only see one side. One side. I'll draw this one side. That can be anything. When I hold this box next to me, we'll see two sides. And I hold it on my eye level, right on my eye level. So we'll try to draw this. Here comes my eye level. This is my nose line, because right in front of me. And here comes the box where I see two sides of. But how do I gonna draw this? Now, I draw here my eye level, but what is my eye level? The easiest way to explain you is to show you. Here I have a glass of water. You know the water level. When I hold this up, you will only see one line right on my eye level. When the water level comes into one line, you have your eye level, your horizon. And when you have to draw something with square forms, you want to put perspective, you need this level. And we have it on our paper. This is our horizon, or eye level. Now, when we look back at this box and we see the two sides, we see one side parallel to each other, and we see the other side is converging. Like if you draw this line on your screen, it comes into one point. We'll call this point the vanishing point. What's converging is like when you're in the street, you see, and you're walking always to the same point, and the street looks like it comes together in one point, and all the telephone poles, they're all going in one point. That's converging. So we'll draw our side who's converging into the vanishing point. On the picture, here's the front side. Here's the side on the side, and we draw the top side and the bottom side converging into our vanishing point. And here we can draw one more vertical, and we see the side. When I draw little verticals, little parallel lines, these will be an accent on the direction. So we drew our cube with two sides. Now, back to this cube. I'm holding it in front of me, and when I hold it up, you get to see the bottom side, still two sides because it's right in front of us, and the bottom side. So we'll draw this. We'll draw the front side. And we know that the bottom side is converging to our horizon into our vanishing point on the horizon. As an accent on the direction. When I put this box straight in front of me, again, straight in front, and you can see that these two lines are converging into one point. So we'll draw this. We'll draw the front side first, and then the top side converging into our one vanishing point on our eye level. Now we get a better idea about depth. So, we have put the box straight in front of us, up and down, and on the sides. And we have a better idea how this square form, this cube, looks from different points of view. When I put this on the sides, I can see three sides, right? You see the front side, another front side, and the top side. We can draw this. But we see that all the lines are converging. We first do the vertical. We are sure about that vertical. When we look back to the box, we have been drawing the vertical, the most close to us, and we see that all the lines are converging into more than one vanishing point. And the only thing we're sure of are all the verticals, the parallel verticals. So we have been drawing first the vertical was the closest to us. Now we have to put one more vanishing point so we can see the converging into two different points. Here is our first vanishing point, and now we make a second vanishing point, will be right here. We make one side, the other side, we finish the sides, and now we know that from here to there we will be able to see our top of our cube appear. And here we got a stable, strong cube on our paper. We're going to do this two more times. When I hold the cube on my eye level, and you can see only two sides. Now you see two sides because I turned the cube. And when I hold it up, and you can see the front side, the side, and the bottom side. And you see everything converging except your vertical lines. So back to the paper, we'll draw it. The vertical, the most close to us. When I hold it right next to on my eye level, so I have to draw it on my eye level. From the top, it's converging into one vanishing point. And from the top, the other side is converging in another vanishing point. And then we finish our cube with one side and then the other side. to draw the cube that I hold it in the air, we start with the vertical, the most close to us. We have the converging lines into one vanishing point, and the converging line into the other point. I made a little mistake here. For that we use our eraser. Then the sides. And once we made the two sides, it's easy to find the bottom side. I make short lines as an accent on where we have been talking about and an accent on the direction. And do the same when you only see the top side. So, here you see on my paper and on my mural that I made for you, you can see that we started with the cube right straight in front of us. Right straight in front of us. Then I've been talking about the horizon as a second point. Then we holded the cube on our side and we drew it that we only could see one side. Then I hold it up so you can see the top sides and the bottom side, and we drew it that way on our paper in this picture. And then we put it in front of us on a table, and we could see the top side and the front side. And so we drew it, and so I drew it for you before. Then we put the cube on the side, so we could see three sides, front sides and the top side. We drew it that way. We realized it was under our horizon, so we drew it under our horizon. And we could see the top side. We found the top side. Now we found two converging points. We drew the box on our eye level, the water level, remember? And we saw only two sides. We only drew two sides on our horizon. We holded it up, and we could see three sides. And we drew three sides. That's all you have to know about square forms. And I know that you now will be able to do anything you want to draw. You got some depth, distance, and you have a better idea about how to bring perspective in your picture. Now I feel able to finish my mural because the square forms were missing. To take my box with me and put it back on our composition. It's like this. Now I have to look very well to my composition, and I see that the fruits are sitting in front and covering one box. So I'll draw it, and I remember from our studies that we could be sure about the verticals, and especially about the vertical who is the most close to us. In this picture, I see this vertical is the most close to me. I'm drawing very light because this is my good picture. And when I draw light, I can erase it. And when I'm sure, I can make it darker. This is I see the top side was converging right here into one vanishing point somewhere up there. I'm not gonna put it on my picture because I have it so well in my memory. This side to me, right here. The the top of the other one, it's overlapping. I see this line converging somewhere in a vanishing point on that side. This line is converging. This goes behind. So, there goes the other side. Looks like here it's a little bit shorter. And there it's converging. There it's converging, so I can see the top. So, this will be my square. So, and later we erase the light lines. It is good to make light lines, so you cannot always be right from the first time. And then our big box. Converging, right? And we can make the side that we see darker, a little bit darker, to give it volume. So, today we learned something more about square forms, and I know that you will be able now to draw whatever you see. The next time, in Drawing by Observation, we will talk about cylinders. We will explain everything about the cylinder. Bring your notes and your knowledge on perspective. And remember from our first lesson, always keep your drawings. That way you can see your own advance. And I hope to see you next time, Drawing by Observation.